They are invincible, undeniable, and 3-time Super Bowl champions. Welcome to the Indiana Chiefs Fan Podcast, where we talk about our favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Golden Jay, and sitting beside me today is the rocker chick. That guy right over there is a 3-time podcasting favorite. That's Chico Noise. And sitting beside him is the Golden Girl. And the other guy who doesn't have anybody but Patrick Mahomes sitting on his shoulder because his wife is missing. That is the Chief. We're going to throw Karen under the bus right away that she's not here hanging out with us.
Yeah, she has nerves of jello. So, yeah, we'll see. Give her a couple beers and I'll go up and grab her and see what happens.
Well, we'll probably be through most of the predictions. Her actual predictions were very few. We only got a couple out of her, so we'll probably be through those predictions relatively early. But
imagine that.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is Indiana Chiefs Fan, the Wise Club Part 2.
And that's Wife's Club 2.5 because I don't have shit.
So what is going on in Chiefs Kingdom since last week?
McCall Hardman had surgery on his groin, not his abdomen. That's kind of bizarre to me.
Well, we kind of figured that was what was going on, wasn't it?
Well, to me, abdomen is a whole different body part than a groin, but
it's true.
I'm no doctor, but I can point to my abdomen, and I can point to something else, and they ain't in the same spot.
Eric Bieniemy has signed with the Washington Commanders. Did you I read up on his deal a little bit. Did you guys read up on it a little bit?
I did not see the deal. The last I heard was he was getting the assistant coach money versus OC because that's part of his title, but I hadn't seen the release numbers.
I haven't seen numbers. I just read up on the fact that he actually has complete control of the offense. He gets to build it in his vision. Yep. And he gets to do all of the play calls as an offensive coordinator. So, I mean, good for him. I'm happy for him. I don't know that I would leave Kansas City at this point. I think I would have just taken a pay cut and stayed with a winning team. But how do you feel about that?
Oh, I would have stayed with the Chiefs. Hey, Andy's not gonna stay forever. Eric could have had a head coaching job right there.
He could have, but in my theory is that Andy's going to stick around until Patrick decides what he's going to do in 10 years. So I'll bet we have another 10 years of Andy and Patrick.
It'll be about 8.
Yeah.
I hope so,
and by then, he'll probably be back. Eric the enemy.
That could very well be.
I wish him the best. I hope that he does well and the team, flourishes under him and he can get a head coaching job, or it'll prove what took him so long to get an assistant head coaching job, which I hope that's not the case.
I do too. I hope that's not the reason, but the reasoning being that he just lives in Andy's shadow and
right,
and he's just a symbol and not necessarily an offensive coordinating coach. He doesn't necessarily call the plays. He just basically calls them in for Andy. But I think it has a lot to do with what's going on with all that. But kind of like
everyone else on here, we're kind of behind, the Golden Mojo Entertainment with you just taking the lead and we're just sitting here.
That's right. I am the Andy Reid of this empire.
He is the head coach.
Sorry, I saw the sign behind you, so I had to throw it in there.
Yeah, my background's a little bit different during tonight's. We're actually out in Studio A tonight, so we don't have a lot of Chiefs stuff hanging because we record multiple different podcasts out here, so
Yeah,
it's a little bit different background for me, but we do have Sarah wrapped up in her awesome Chiefs blanket there with a little
Yep.
Penny who's getting ready talking to the microphone.
Yeah,
She's got a lot of words to say.
yeah, she does.
So does Studio A mean your ass is cold?
Actually, I'm pretty comfortable. I got this. If you notice my jacket, I love this
I
jacket.
like it.
It's nice and warm, and I picked that up when we were out there for their AFC weekend, and I really like this. It's a lightweight, but it's warm.
Yeah, you just can't wear it during a Raiders game because you'll blend in.
I gotta be really careful, but yeah, I like when they get the silver and gold Chief stuff. I think it's it just the middle finger to all you Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Trying to think, does any team have a gray jersey?
Have a what?
Gray
gray?
jersey. You know,
Not that I'm aware of.
you know.
Not that I'm aware of.
I was just thinking about it in my head. I'm like, I don't think so. But by the way, yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Champions. Thank you, Fanatics, once again. Like I said on the last podcast, for screwing me and not delivering on, before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you got to
Bastards.
wear it to the big party, so that's
That is true, and that was a fun time hanging out with y'all.
yes, it was a good time.
It was a good
Happy
time.
50th again.
Thank you. I'm the big 50. It's my birthday. I'm going to Sweetwater tomorrow. I might buy something.
Oh,
Buy me
Sweetwater.
guitar strings.
You want to eat some guitar strings while I'm there?
Yeah.
No.
I
What
do.
the hell's Sweetwater?
Oh,
Sweetwater is a giant, and I mean a giant music store in Fort Wayne.
So you can juice up your, what do you call it? The Android guitar. I don't
Do you
know
like
what
my
you call
Android
that.
guitar? You like that bad boy?
I thought it was pretty nifty. It really looks nice. It needs a Chief sticker on it or something. But
I
other than that,
probably could do something like that. Can I put a Chief sticker on there?
You can do whatever you want in your guitar.
Oh, see, there you go.
yeah, just don't buy a magnet. It's not going to stay. I'm going to tell you ahead of time.
Well, as we do the wives clubs, let's check with the wives. How was your season? We're on here talking all year long, all season long, every game. How about you? Let's start with the rocker chick. What's your perception of the season? I mean, we won the Super Bowl. We had a great run through the playoffs. Give me your outtake on the entire season, just real quick.
My personal outtake was I was nervous every stinking freaking game because we just can't seem to get ahead and stay ahead. But hey, we came out on top. That's all that matters.
We got the razzle dazzle. We got to let them have hope, and then we bring on the razzle dazzle. That's how that works.
I don't know, I'm getting weird sounds coming out of your microphone. Is anybody else, or is
no.
it just me?
It's just you.
just you. Yes.
Wow.
But you should be used to getting weird sounds out of him.
I'm gonna try to do my Christopher Walken. No, we'll let that go for tonight. I just didn't. Yeah.
Mm.
I had this watch of mine.
How about you, Sarah? What's your partake on the whole entire season?
Stressful. Very. I think we did good. Wasn't our best season, but it wasn't our worst. Yeah, that's it. I think the Chiefs have this thing that they do really bad in the first half and then stress us out and make a comeback and just knock it out of the park. I don't like it.
Yeah, many of us don't like it, but
No.
it's so interesting to think about the last 5 seasons we've had, or I guess 7 with even with Alex, and being able to win, and then looking back even farther with all of the losing seasons, and you talk about stress back then, Sarah. You should have been a Chiefs fan with us back in the Matt Castle, Brody Croyle days.
Yeah,
Those
talk
were
about
painful.
stressing. I was stressing because I was wasting my money. as a season ticket holder.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they were a lot cheaper back then, weren't they?
Still had to pay.
Did you still go?
Man, once we hit like somewhere between 5 and 6 losses, I'm like, I'm done. And then I just gave them away.
Yeah, it's hard to when we went to the Indianapolis back in the Brody Crowell days, when we went to that Indianapolis Colts game, it was like, I'm going to see the Chiefs play, but you know what the outcome was going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
that was when Manning was there and they were just, super hot and so on and so forth. So you just knew what the outcome was going to be, but it was still exciting to be at the game.
Well, like I said in early on podcasts, the NFL thanked us for breaking Tom Brady's leg. The flip side of it is we got screwed for 5 years because they got Castle as our quarterback. It's like, man, I wish Brady would have never got hurt.
Yeah, but who would you have had? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe we'd have gotten Brady from Brady Quinn from Notre Dame. Maybe we'd have gotten him.
Yeah. Just like us trading away Rich Gannon and he brings the Raiders to a Super Bowl.
Listen,
it's like,
listen.
what
Those,
the
those
hell,
are
man?
those are things we don't talk about.
Anyway.
That is a sad, sad world we lived in at that point. What do you think, Chico? What about you and your whole season? And
Won
then
the
there
Super
was a
Bowl.
dramatic pause.
We won the Super
What?
Bowl. Hey, we won the Super Bowl. We made it all the way through. We have some really good rookies. We got some really good players. I'm looking forward to see grow and play and do their thing. And I
Yeah.
mean, it was stressful. Very.
So let me ask you guys this. Start with you, Chico. They have a long list of free agents and, so on and so forth. Who do you want to see come back the most? I mean, this list is not a short list of people that could be restricted or unrestricted free agents.
I'd have to look at the list, see who's all on it.
I know Juju's on there, Orlando's on there. I'm trying to think. Those are the two that just top in my head.
I think there's 8 or 9 total.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
want to see Juju go, so
I want Juju back badly, but everybody's concerned about that whole wide receiver number 1 money that he might want.
I ain't giving it to him. Don't be a Dwayne Blows and give that money away.
Why would any of them leave? They just won a Super Bowl with his team. See if
It's
they can
about
do
the
it again.
It's about the money, man. Some
Unfortunately, it's always about the money. Orlando
Yeah, if you
Brown.
win money.
I mean, who brought that up at your party that, was Tyreek Hill sad as he's swimming in his 34 million or was he
Right.
sad that he missed a Super Bowl? I mean, yeah. I mean, money's money. I mean, just like at your job, hey, if someone next door says I'm going to give you $20 more an hour, you're like, hey, been nice knowing you. I look at
True.
it that way.
It's true.
So
Well-
I'm going to tell you one thing. The one person I'm questionable about coming back is our offensive tackle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say McKinnon.
No,
McKinnon is on that list.
he is on the list. I think he'll be back. I'm sure, but
Yeah.
Orlando Brown, man, if we get find another person in that position, I would be more than happy to have that person come in. I've heard rumors that they're just going to franchise tag him, which still gives them a pretty big paycheck. I don't think they're going to work out a deal with him. They might just give him one more year to see if they can find somebody, that's better at a even more expensive, for that matter, cost. So that's what I'm going to say, who I hope doesn't come back. But
I mean,
Brett,
Nicole too. Nicole, we didn't have him the rest of the season. I mean, like this over almost the second half. So it's not a huge loss if he doesn't come back.
So
sure
Hardman's
he'll
on
fight
that.
to come
Hardman's on that list too.
He is.
yeah.
Justin Watson's on there too, and I don't want to see Watson go either. I mean,
No, I think we should keep Watson. I'd like to see him back.
When does all this have to be finalized or whatever? Do they have a specific date where?
Yes, there is a date when they become free agent. Beginning of the league season, like Marchish.
Man, is it
I don't
somewhere
remember.
around? Is it somewhere around the draft?
I want to say when the league opens, the league year, but I could be wrong.
It could be right.
Because that's when you can officially hire coaches away and whatever. I mean, it becomes effective the league year, and I don't know when it starts.
Right on.
So, Gunner, Google, when does free agency start? I don't bring my phones because I like to be wrong half the time and be just like these. So, all right, here's a good question for Sarah and Bobby. What do you guys think of the analysts that talk about our Chiefs before each and every game?
Make sure you talk right into that microphone.
If you listen to them, I guess.
No, I literally, if Jeremy wasn't in there, I'd probably turn the sound down because I don't like. I would personally rather watch a football game without them talking because you hear Tyreek Hill, you hear the Chiefs, aren't gonna win. They're the underdog, and hey, we showed them, we won.
Yeah. Half the time they're wrong, so
yeah,
good for us.
Okay, that's what we say, 50-50.
What did Colton say? This team is built to be a Super Bowl contender. Anything less is unacceptable.
I totally agree with that statement. I mean, you got to look at the amount of rookies that played this year. Maybe not started, maybe filled in. I think by the end of the season, towards the Super Bowl time, I think we had 5 or 6, give or take, that were full-time starters. Talk about a draft. I mean,
yeah.
You got 4 to 6 starters out of that draft. I mean, it's amazing what we're doing as an organization to make this team always Super Bowl ready. Because what that does is it frees up cap space because we're not bringing in a free agent at $10 million to play cornerback.
Right.
So you got to take those chances. I mean, there's a bunch of teams way over the cap. I mean, 20, 30 million. I don't even know how they can go over the cap, to be honest, but they are.
Yeah, well, and there's a cap for a reason. You're not supposed to be able to go over them.
Yeah, but if you look at it, there's like 7 or 8 teams that are negative millions.
Right.
I don't get it. I think that's retarded.
Free agency starts March 13th.
Free agency?
Yep, Monday, March 13th is when
And
they open the tampering period.
Is that also the start of the league year? I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't go that deep into the Google. I just what to say. So what do you think we do as a backup quarterback now that Henny's retired?
Bring in Carr.
Why not?
By the way, congratulations to Chad Henne retiring after a Super Bowl. Kansas City got him a couple rings. He's been a pivotal quarterback for Kansas City, and I think we even talked about this. Even in that game that Patrick. God, he can't even cue her in. That Patrick went out.
That was for me. My beer.
My ankle.
He's trying to talk like Kermit.
That Patrick went out, and Henne came in. I mean, and just drove what was it, 98 yards?
Yep.
I mean, we're gonna miss him having him there. I mean, but congratulations to him, and him being able to retire on a high note, and here's to his great career. So thank you, Chad Henne. We so appreciate you, and we will cherish you as a Chief for a long, long time, for sure.
I can tell you one thing: finding a backup quarterback this year is probably going to be a little rougher than normal because there's a lot of teams out there looking for a starter. So we'll see.
Is there any good
Steve Buscemi? I mean, we got him. He's our third string quarterback. We kept him on the roster so we would just stick with my Buscemi.
All right, Pikachu.
we kept him around so nobody would take him away. So I mean, he's
Maybe
been
they
in the
have him.
system. Why not keep him as our backup?
I don't remember him in preseason. I have to go back and watch to have an opinion.
He was actually really good in preseason. He showed a lot of potential, but he's still young, doesn't have a lot of actual game day experience. So
And neither did my homie.
that's true. Very true. But they say that I seen a lot of similarities when I watched him play in the preseason. So
Okay.
I think he fits well in that system. And I believe Andy probably thinks the same thing. That's why they didn't put him on the practice squad. They kept him on
the active
roster so that he couldn't get headhunted and so on and so forth. So,
well, they're speaking of which, they're talking about having a 53-man roster, whatever it is. What is it today? 52?
It's 50. No, it's 53. It's a 53-man roster.
So
yeah.
they're talking about active. How many can you have active? I can't remember what the number is, but they're alluding to that they're going to allow you to keep a third string quarterback activated all year, but it doesn't count against your activated players. So basically you're getting a freebie.
I'll take that.
And
I'm sure a lot of teams would take that.
Yeah, and the reason behind it came up because of the 49ers game.
Right.
This is a major game, it's being played with millions of people watching. And you were getting ready to go to your cornerback or whoever the hell their emergency quarterback was. And, the ratings would tank because everyone's going to change the TV channel. I mean, they probably did anyway. But, to have that third stringer that would have been healthy to throw a pass downfield would have potentially made the game more competitive.
Right.
So there's rumor mill about next year that'll happen. There's also rumor that this whole pushing the quarterback, over the first down marker or pushing anyone, which is it's blatantly against the rules. Already it's against the rules, but they're going to say, hey, no more, or you're going to get a flag. I stand behind that. I think it's BS. They allowed it to go on when it's a foul.
For me, I'm a little torn on that one. I don't know how I necessarily feel. I mean, I guess it even goes back to that whole was it the Raiders that did the deal with the kickoffs where they were putting the football on the top of the tee while somebody held it, and then they were like, you can't do that, and they took it away from them. I can't remember. I think it was the Raiders that did that, and it might have been somebody else, but it's like anything else. You've got to try to find an advantage, to help you out. And that was their advantage. And I've seen it many a times when you have a running back and half the offensive line comes up and pushes him another 5 yards. And I mean, some of those, I mean, we've been subject to having that on our side where we got the first down because the offensive line pushed Allaire or Pacheco a little bit farther. So,
well, they're putting it on as player safety that a quarterback's going to get bent in half and severely injured, basically.
Well, once again, I mean, the game of football is not a cheerleader sport. So if you get paid that money to go out there, then you have that opportunity where you might get hurt.
Hey, the Chiefs do have cheerleaders, damn it.
And they have damn fine cheerleaders, and I love to watch all of them.
So, Bobby, you
don't like them.
Bobby, you gonna miss the Saturday drives down to Kansas City and back?
Yes, but I can wait till next year to do it again. Or the end of this year to do it again.
Well, that is the beauty of it. By the early stuff is fun. You're like, we're going to Kansas City. And then the late stuff is like, we're going to Kansas City.
No, this last one was great.
Yeah, for the playoffs.
The drive was great because we were driving with Cincinnati fans.
Yeah.
Seeing them everywhere.
How many did you communicate with there, Jeremy?
I did 4. I only did 4. They did the the Raiders game. We did the Buffalo game, the Tennessee game, and the Cincinnati game, the AFC champion. So
And Gunner and Sarah, what was it, 1 or 2 games? I
I
forgot.
did 2. It was Buffalo and Jacksonville. And Sarah did Jacksonville.
Nice. So this year, Sarah, Gunner, don't waste your vacation time going to Disneyland. You do that. You do that after we win the Super Bowl, and you go see Mahomes.
Yeah, I wish we would have waited on that one.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm glad you guys had a great time. Just fun giving you crap.
Yeah.
Well, your vacation was wrapped up in Disney and Key West, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, your honeymoon. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So he might have a few more days to
I
be
do.
able to burn up there. Sarah's going to collect that PDO time so that she can have it all.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking forward to. Are we going to go see the Dolphins this year? Do you want to go to the Dolphins game this year?
Dolphins.
In Kansas City, or
In Kansas City.
they haven't put the schedule out yet.
Well, we know it's in Kansas.
We know
City.
it's home. Yeah.
Oh.
We just don't know when it is exactly. We have to be really careful because we could be planning Slam Jam 2023 too. So that'll be in an off weekend.
I would go. Yeah, I would go watch the Dolphins play in Kansas City.
All right. So I might lay claim to the Dolphins tickets. I got
watch it be the January 3rd game.
Yeah,
where
it's like New Year's Day.
Minus 10 out.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm not going. Been there, done that.
So why are you asking about the Dolphins game? Because of Tyreek?
Well, yeah, I mean, Tyreek's homecoming. Maybe we can just
Are they
snag him
actually going to
back.
have a healthy quarterback where it's even going to be good to watch?
No,
Okay.
no. Tua's not coming back. That's my prediction for next season. Tua's not coming back. I think he's too damaged.
So during the week or during whatever, we have to come up with a game every time they talk about Tyreek coming back to Kansas City. It can't be a drinking game because we're going to get drunk way too fast.
You can't.
Mhm.
We have
do
to
it.
come up with some kind of fun something. We got plenty of time to think about it.
Sarah's on it. She's already contemplating it. Look at her. She's thinking really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Hill homecoming.
Like you have to eat, a can of tuna every time they say it or something.
Oh, dear Jesus!
No.
Or take a bite of it or something. You know what I mean?
I like tuna, though. I mean, I
So
like
do
tuna.
You just have to take a bite every time.
Just put it on a little Ritz cracker. We're in good shape.
That's
Terrible. All right, guys, you want to get to these predictions?
These are results.
These are the results. I have a list right here. See that? You can't really see it, but there it is. Look at all that research I did, going back, watching games or watching podcasts, listening, going through and getting stats.
Well,
it's been a pretty did you Gunner's taking notes. Why are you taking notes?
They're drawing pictures.
You're drawing a picture of Pat Mahomes.
Playing tic-tac-toe.
Hey, why don't you play checkers so Sarah can beat you?
That's a lot of X's and O's that you're drawing.
Man, Sarah's too competitive to play checkers with.
There's a song about X's and O's.
There is. All right. Well, let's start off with the big one. The actual. Now, I'm not going to score this because since we did it in 2 different podcasts, we didn't necessarily get everybody's every information. So like Karen only had, maybe 3 or 4 different questions that were asked of her. Phil, since you weren't with us when we actually did the Wives Club the first time, there's a couple of them that we didn't ask about. So we're just going to have some fun with this and go with that. What did you say, Gunner?
Automatic disqualification.
Yep, you're disqualified. You're out.
Vulgar language. That's an automatic disconnect.
You have been disconnected. So let's start with the final results of the Kansas City's regular season. They finished 14-3.
Yeah.
Jeremy Golden Jay took them at 15-2. It was kind of interesting because I actually said they would lose to the Rams and the Raiders. I was wrong on both accounts there. um,
Damn Colts.
Damn Colts. Hold on, I'll get to that in a second. The Rocker Chick said they were going to go 16-1
Damn.
with a loss to the Bills. Well, you got that part right.
Ooh.
Sarah said they were going to go 12-5. The only one you said we were going to lose to was Denver. You didn't have a pick on the other 4.
She said we were gonna split them, I think is what she said.
Yeah. I think if you actually listen back, I think she said something about splitting with the Chargers also, but I didn't have that written down. Gunner 14-3. Look at you, mister. Gunner said they would lose to the Chargers, the Rams, and Cincinnati. Well, you got one.
Got one.
In the regular season. Phil, you said 14-3. This is my favorite. This is my all-time favorite. Phil said, hold on, I got it written down. Phil said they're going to lose to the Chargers, to the Bills, and one crap team. So you got 2 of them right. Because the Colts were definitely a crap team.
You know what? I just knew we were going to have one of those games this year. I just didn't know
every
who.
team did. I think every team had.
I just didn't know what the crap team was going to be. I mean, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season the Rams were going to be crap, I would be like, holy Batman. And if you would have listened to all the analysts, the Chiefs were going to be crap and I didn't go to playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Phil and Karen both said yes to hosting the AFC Championship game. I don't think that was something we talked about in the Wives Club in the first episode. So, yeah, you guys definitely were there. All right, let's move on real quick. Let's do defense, and then we'll get to Patrick and Travis's predictions. Okay. Let's go sacks. So, Jeremy said 43. Bobby said 32. Sarah said 25. Gunner was real vague, said anywhere between 30 and 40. That was one of those I had to go back and listen to. Phil said 13, and Karen didn't have that wasn't a question. There was actually 26 sacks by the defense in the regular season this past season. So Sarah actually comes in at 25 with the closest on that one.
The price is right.
$1.
Interceptions. Golden Jay said there was going to be 64.
How many?
64.
Holy.
That was a drop down from 84.
And how many of those are pick sixes?
Oh my god.
20.
I'll get to that in a minute. We did do pick sixes. So yeah, I said 64. The Rocker Chick was 22. Sarah was 4. Gunner was 21. And Phil was 23. There was actually, from what I could find, 11 interceptions this season.
Huh.
It seemed like there was more, but there was actually only I looked and I found it, and it said 11 interceptions.
Interesting.
Well,
how many pick sixes, you might add? Well, Jeremy said 12. Bobby said 8. Sarah said 3. Gunner said 2. And Phil said 3. There was actually 2.
So we split.
Yep. No, Gunner said 2.
Gunner
Sarah
said
and Phil had 3.
Oh, okay.
So Gunner was
Gotcha.
right on the nose with that one. And there's a high five. Look at that. Yeah.
Hi.
So yeah, that was all we really had for defense. I'm going to work on a sheet for next year so that we actually have something a little more solid and we have something to read off of so we can make these predictions a little bit better. This was just kind of fun. It was a lot of work going back and re-listening to all that, trying to get it right.
I'll make us sheets.
All right. You make us sheets. All right, let's go to the offense. We pretty much we talked some different stuff along the offense, there wasn't enough to really go by. Not everybody made predictions, and even in the wives clubs, as far as wide receivers and running backs. So I didn't really even count that stuff up. It's just kind of off to the side. I didn't even look up the actual stats. Me and Gunnar picked what Pacheco would do as far as how many yards, Rojo and Allaire, but we didn't really get that far into it. So, but let's go to offense. Patrick Mahomes. Do you want to start with Patrick or Travis?
Patrick.
Patrick.
All right, let's start with Patrick.
Start with me.
Let's talk about total yards.
Okay.
All right. Golden Jay went with 4,600. The Rocker Chick went with 5,420. Sarah went with 4,611. Gunner went with 4,200. Phil went with 5,750.
Man, I went way high.
You did. And Karen went with 5,200.
Man, the two.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes had 5,250 yards.
Holy
go,
crap.
Karen
Wow.
was the closest without going over.
Wow.
That's
a
how
bet
many?
in Vegas.
Go ahead. Do what?
Should have bet that in Vegas.
Touchdowns. Golden Jay went with 42. Bobby went with 54. Sarah also went with 42. Gunner said 40, and Phil said 57. His actual touchdowns this year, 41. So me and Sarah will no, we went over. So Gunner wins that one with 40, right?
Yeah.
Since he didn't go over, but we're all just one touchdown indifferent. So it doesn't, yeah.
Well, I was going to 57 because of Heinz 57.
Yep, that was exactly it. You went with Heinz 57. Interceptions, Patrick Mahomes interceptions. Golden Jay went with 9. Bobby went with 7. Sarah went with 2. Gunner went with 6, and we forgot to ask you about interceptions with Phil. So
13.
His actual interceptions were 12.
Damn, I would have been one over.
You would have been one over. The Rocker Chick also in her thing said that he would have 720 attempts with 610 completions, giving him a 75% completion ratio. What he actually had was 648 attempts, 435 completions, giving him a 67% completion.
That's pretty close, though. That's pretty good.
Not bad. She was the only one. We laughed at her ass the whole entire time she was saying all that. So, oh yeah, gotta love it. So there you go. There's Patrick Mahomes' stats for this. That's the regular season. That does not include postseason. Just so you know.
Well,
not bad, guys. I don't think anybody's predictions were actually too far off, except Golden Jay's.
Yeah, what the hell was
Picks.
64 interceptions, where 12 of them were pick sixes. I was feeling cocky that day. I was thinking about that new secondary rookie class.
Oh my god! I mean, what's
McDuffie didn't have a single one.
Hey, what's the most interception any team's had in a normal season? Would be my first question.
Oh, that is a good question. I didn't look that up.
I don't even think they've had someone with a team with 6. I could be wrong, but holy Batman!
I was just having fun.
Oh, I know. I love it though. When you said that, I was like you said initially, you said what, 80?
I said initially, I said 84. Yeah. Let's talk some Travis Kelce. All right. Everybody across the board said that Travis would have his 7th count that 7th 1,000-yard year. And
in a row.
Everybody got that. So let's talk about yards. Golden Jay went with 1,050. The Rocker Chick went with 1,320. Sarah went with 1,300. Gunner went with 1,010. and Phil went with 1,400. Travis Kelce's actual yards for the season, 1,338. So the rocker chick takes that one.
Woo!
Yeah, because I'm over. I'm over by 70 yards.
Yeah. But not bad. Not bad. I mean, we all
the
knew he was
ballpark.
going over 1,000. Yeah.
I just wanted Sarah to go with 900. No. Hey, we picked him to get 1,000 yards in the season, but he's only getting 900. That would have been a Karen statement. Like, woman, you can't say over 1,000 yards and say he's only getting 900.
That's right. Touchdowns. Travis Kelce's touchdowns. Golden Jay went 14. The rocker chick went 12. Sarah went 12. Gunner said 7. And apparently I forgot to ask you, Phil, when we were talking to you.
19.
The actual
I don't know.
touchdowns for Travis Kelce, 12.
All right, dead on.
Yeah, both the rocker chick and Sarah pulled that one out.
Very nice.
Yep.
Woo!
All right, so that is all of the predictions that we had written down. I do want to. We have one more section, but I do want to put this out here. Daryl Sr. said that that they would go 12-5. Mahomes would have 4,300 yards with 37 touchdowns. Travis Kelce would get his 1,000-yard 7th season, but it would only be 1,002.
And he didn't have a lot of faith in our team.
Oh, and that's all I got for that because we asked him about that. So now comes the big prediction. Are you ready for the big prediction?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start. The big prediction is who would Kansas City play in the Super Bowl?
I know who I said, and I was not right.
And who did you say?
I said San Francisco.
You did say San Francisco,
I
and
was
you
wrong,
were
too.
wrong.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
It could have been if
Purdy.
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 Why did I want to say Brody?
Brody, because you got Brody crawling in the brain.
Don't jinx him.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about back over there?
I was wrong. I said the Rams.
No, wait.
I'm pretty sure I said Philly.
Golden Jay took Green Bay. That is where I went wrong. It was not Green Bay,
It was
obviously.
not Green Bay.
Green Bay
Sarah said the Rams, which actually at the beginning of the season probably was a pretty good pick considering they were coming off of the Super Bowl run. Chico, I had to go back for this. I had to go back and listen to both the podcasts again because my note said two different things. In the Wives Club episode, you said one team, but in the next episode where we were talking to Phil and Karen while they were in Kansas City, you said a different team.
Was I drinking?
Was one of them right? One of them.
One of them was right. One of them was wrong.
Count the Wives Club.
You got to count the Wives Club. Yep, the Wives Club. You said the Rams, but in the when you were talking with Phil when he was in there, you said Philly.
I probably had some sort of like dream that we played Philly in the Super Bowl or something before that.
Karen picked the Bills, which we told her she couldn't.
Yeah, that was funny.
But she did pick Philadelphia as the team we were going to play in the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
So that leaves the Chief. And the Chief has been saying he picked Philly.
Let's see if
He did not pick Philly.
Who the hell did I pick?
You picked Green Bay.
Oh, damn. So Karen won. Of all the people.
Karen picked the Super Bowl. Well, Gunner kind of picked it in his second guess. But,
no, I'll give him half a point.
There you go.
Ooh, half point. Oh, sorry. Half tally looks like a full tally, so
a half tally.
She wrote half.
All right. So what is the tally on what we had? Golden Jay was 0.
Gold. No, Emperor with
No?
1.
Really
Yep. Chief with 2.
nice.
Rocker Chick with 2. Karen with 3. Chico with 3.5. And Sarah with 4.
Oh,
No! Nice.
All right,
Real
Sarah.
Chiefs fan over here.
Congratulations. This Miller Lite's for you.
There you go. So yeah, that was fun. There was a couple other things. Chico actually predicted a couple things. Would you like to hear those?
Of course.
Chico actually predicted that Tommy Townsend would throw 1 pass this season.
did he throw 1 or
He
2?
did not.
He didn't.
No.
I think that
He
was
did
all of us.
too,
That was
didn't
all
he?
of us that
He
said
threw
that,
a
I'm
pass
pretty
that
sure.
didn't get completed. Tommy did.
Yeah,
Well,
he was-
I couldn't find anything in his stats that said he actually attempted a pass.
I think
so-
he ran and he was getting ready to pass on that muffled.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Field goal.
Okay.
Yep.
I think he was getting ready to pass, and then he's like, "Ah, shit! I'll just get tackled."
I did not find an answer to this. But Gunner actually said that Harrison Butker would have 3 game-winning field goals, and I know he had 2.
Well, I
Yeah, I
gotta
was
say,
gonna
I'll
say.
top. He had more than 3 probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
But he also said he would have one that was over 65 yards.
There wasn't very many games where we won by more than 3, so Harrison Butker probably.
Probably, yeah, he's
did
probably
win
got
most of them.
Phil actually predicted that Tampa Bay is done, no playoffs.
Booyah.
But they did go to they were in the wild card, weren't they? Didn't
Yeah,
they get
but
beat in the wild card?
they're still done.
Any other predictions? Daryl Sr. He's gonna have 1,002 yards.
Yeah, no faith.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
That was fun. That was
No,
fun.
I enjoyed that. I've
Nice
been
to
waiting weeks for that. I'll be honest. And
Well-
the rocker chick was trying to give it away on Saturday. She's like, "It's all on your piece of paper. It's all on the paper." And you're like, "Shut up."
Shut up. Leave my paper alone.
Which, by the way, she is what? 5-0, 4-0. What's her record at Arrowhead?
She is 5-0
5
at Arrowhead.
Yes.
Okay.
Chico comes in second with
4-1.
1.
Yep.
They won all the games you went to, haven't they?
Yeah.
But she's only been to what, 3?
I can't talk, so
Yeah.
I go to too many games.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, try to put that in your.
We lost a couple. I went to.
Yeah,
Actually,
I lost the one I went to with the Emperor. So
we lost
True.
against Cincinnati.
It's a fault right there.
Yeah, I think that was the only one I was there for. I think Cincinnati, because I sold the Buffalo game. Trying to think who was our third loss against. Oh, Indy, and we weren't
That
there.
was
So,
No, we weren't there. Nope.
so I was only there for 1 loss.
Yeah, Cincinnati was in Cincinnati.
Oh shit.
Buffalo was in Arrowhead.
Okay, then I wasn't there for any of the losses because I sold
Nope.
that game.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm perfect this season. I'm perfect.
Well, ours is all time. Every time we've been, that's how we look
Oh,
at. So
oh,
yeah,
shit.
try doing that math.
No, I was there when we were 2-14 and
Yeah.
4-12.
So would you say you're on the high side or the low side? Yeah, I mean, you've got more wins or more losses for games you've been to.
At this point, more wins, I would say.
The last 5 season gets you.
Yeah.
The last 7 season gets you over
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'd rather have more wins. All right, so we've been through our predictions. This looks like Sarah wins the tally.
Here's your
Congratulations.
Trophy. Here's your trophy, Sarah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gunner will later this evening after the podcast is over give you your trophy.
It's a participation trophy. It's small, so don't worry about it.
It's a rather small trophy.
Oh,
Oh,
so
there you are.
yeah, there you go. That is the prediction show,
This is,
the second of the Wives Club, minus Karen.
I'm giving you Sheffer's job.
Oh, snap.
Hey, for once, like I said, Sheffer didn't screw us royally.
Yeah, true.
I was quite amazed after all that trash talking.
Listen, in my opinion, it was a well called game.
Yeah.
There wasn't an excessive amount of flags. They let them play.
What was it? 9 or 10 flags or something like that?
I think I heard 9. I think it was 9 was the final tally I heard. Yeah. I was happy with the officiating. I mean, both sides. I mean, even the calls that were against us, there wasn't anything that wasn't true. I mean, it was like, okay, yep, for sure. So get into that last call if you want to. We all know it was holding. We all saw it. Everybody else can rant about the second still frame picture that they put out, but that's not where the holding happened. So, and that's my opinion, and that's fine.
Hey,
People bring it up. I just bring up the other 2 bad calls that happened.
no one likes a sore loser. So suck it
True.
up, buttercups.
True. They're unhappy, even though they won a Super Bowl in the last 5 years. So
yeah,
I don't know why they're so upset.
Well,
it's just the haters.
If they're upset, they should be upset at their defense in the second half. So,
well,
period.
I mean, once again, be upset with Jalen Hurt for fumbling the ball. Be upset for there's several other things. I was trying to think of what else was there, but there's a couple plays that hey, they did it to themselves. It wasn't something that the refs called. It wasn't something that Kansas City did to them and got away with.
No, it was their second, third, and fourth quarter defense. We scored on every single drive, whereas our defense made 2 stops.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Got to love it.
Yep, and you gotta love our rookies playing back there, man, that kept us in that game.
They did.
I mean, that first half, the defense did, awesome. Second half, even better.
Who was the kid that slid down and didn't go in for a touchdown at the end?
Jet McKinnon, baby.
Could have scored his first Super Bowl touchdown.
It's true.
Didn't do it.
Nope.
Yep.
They called the church bell play.
Yep.
Which is
Team
get down and stay in bounds.
And listen, Isaiah Pacheco and Sky Moore, both rookies, scored touchdowns in a Super Bowl, which is pretty outstanding too.
Who had the pick six?
There wasn't a pick six. It was Nick Bolton. Nick Bolton that picked it up and ran it in.
Okay.
And he just about had a second one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that nice jarring hit where it knocked his cavities out.
All right, let's do a wrap up here. Sarah, what are you looking forward to next season?
Going to more games.
Right on.
Hoorah.
Chico, what are you looking forward to?
Going to more games.
Rocker Chick, what are you looking forward to next season?
Oh, what am I looking forward to? Looking forward to not a quarterback winning the MVP. I would like to see Travis Kelce win the MVP.
Nice.
Year.
All right, I'm down with that.
Season.
Chief, how about you? What are you looking forward for next season?
Another Super Bowl win.
Good one.
Emperor.
Here's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the draft. I'm looking forward to see what Brett Veach is going to do with some of these openings and what we can do with some new rookies. I mean, he had an amazing draft this last year.
Yep.
Like you said, 5 rookies started in a Super Bowl. I mean, that's just insane. And if he can scout the talent for next year. I am so looking forward to the draft and what he's going to do from there. And I'm super excited. Of course, I'm looking forward to going to more games. I'm looking forward to more Super Bowls. I'm looking forward to Travis Kelce having his 8th season, 1,000-yard season.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
Which, by the
forward to
way,
getting more autographs on my jersey.
I'm actually looking forward to taking the old Vanilla Thunder to the Bears game.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yes.
Just
when all this
him,
gets rolling, I will check with my guy in Kansas City to see if we can get that seat right next to us there to see if that seat is available for that particular game.
very nice.
Yeah.
You know what else I'm looking forward to? July. Because that means I paid off my tickets in June. In my pocket, my disposable income goes up significantly.
Oh, well, ladies, thank you for joining us. I know that it wasn't like a lot of talk with the girls here, but thank you for joining us for the Wives Club. The Wives Club, what is it? 2.5. We appreciate you. We love you, and we're happy that you're just as passionate about the Chiefs as we are.
I gave her a kiss off to the side.
I get sneezed in the face,
Oh man, I would die laughing.
So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap up season number 1 of the Indiana Chiefs fans. And in this off season, we are going to sit down and brainstorm about what we want to do for next season, and hopefully more guests, and we'll just more. I want to do another Wives Club. I want to do another prediction episode.
Think if you're going to do that, you need to, like Gunnar said, make a paper.
He just said he's going to make one up. He just said he's going to make one up.
Before, so
I'll
we
make
can.
Hey, we're gonna have a digital whiteboard.
That's right.
There will be a digital whiteboard.
Yep.
Yep.
I need time to think about it.
You just want to think about it on the spot. That's half the fun.
And who's to say we don't have a live draft party on one of these?
This is true.
The
Maybe
draft-
we'll have a live draft party from Kansas City.
That's what I'm alluding to. Oh yeah, you got to be a little more specific because we did talk about doing a live podcast while the draft was going. So
right, we've got to sit down and figure it out what we want to do yet. So,
but the draft is in Kansas City, and I wonder what they're going to offer season ticket members. Opportunity wise to get
Isn't
in.
that in a couple weeks?
it's
April.
the end of April 27th and 28th, or 26th and 27th, somewhere in there.
Yep. So we might be going back to Kansas City before you know it.
Oh shit, Gunnar, you scared me with this. I don't know what was going
It goes
on.
white on you. We got a whiteboard.
Look at that. There's the
Look.
whiteboard.
Phil says the Eagles are going to win next.
Dude, they're gonna win the participation trophy. Yes.
There you go. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know the Eagles can. I don't know if the
I don't think they
Eagles
will
will get back. They've lost their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator to head coaching jobs other places. I was watching a video where Nick Sirianni, the Eagles head coach, was a Kansas City Chiefs like quarterback coach or something like that.
Water boy.
Watching the video on him a little bit ago, talking to Phil's favorite player, Matt Castle.
Oh my god, bunch of losers.
Oh, well, I thank you guys for joining me this evening. Is it Fat Billy Rage approved?
I called him that a couple of times, and he was like, "Come on."
Love it. All right. Well, let's get on out of here. And until next week, we're going to, like I said, we're going to do the wrap up next week. We may have a guest or two with us. We'll have to wait and see. And
Travel here.
do what?
Coach Rob will be here.
Coach Rob will be here. We probably ought to bring the Skywalker on. He has something he likes to wanted to say to the Indiana
Apologize.
Chiefs fan podcast.
He apologized to me already.
He did it on Golden Image podcast today. If you hear it, he said, "I got to come on the Chiefs fans and apologize to all the Chiefs fans." But he made the Russell Wilson theory prediction that they would never go back and win another Super Bowl like Russell Wilson.
I didn't realize Patrick was back from Disney already.
Are you going to speak in a voice?
I've been back from Disney. I don't know.
That was fucking terrible.
I'm alone. I won the Super Bowl.
So according to Mahomes, it comes from more mid chest than it does from up here. If you've listened to him talk about the way he talks, it's hilarious.
To me, it all comes from his throat. It sounds like it all comes from his throat.
Kermit the Frog.
Got a frog in his throat.
Kermit the Frog here. Hi guys, why don't you grab for the play? Terrible.
Don't make fun of me.
We love Patrick Mahomes. In
Yep.
case he ever watches this and we're like, they were making fun of me. No, we love you, Pat. Thank you for choosing Kansas City and drafting yourself to Kansas City. It was amazing. All right, guys. Thank you. And I will talk to you next week. Later.
Hey, you forgot one last thing.
What's
What
the
I-
thing?
When I forget.
From our
Andy
little
Reid.
slice of Chiefs
Oh.
Kingdom right here in
Yeah.
the great
I don't
state
know,
of
I've done-
Indiana.
I've done so many
How
fucking
about
podcasts.
him?
Hold on now. Hold on. Stop. Hold on now. Stop.
Plug.
I've
We did it
Thunder,
well.
even though he forgot his
I
thunder.
have done so many podcasts lately. You have to forgive me.
Even I don't. Yeah, you didn't used to do that. I'm in the other room and I hear you do it every time.
All right. Well, I'll do it now. I'll
Hey,
do it
Sarah said,
now.
where are the plugs?
Hey, Bobby, the first
Well, see,
thing
that's
to
what
go-
threw me off. I recorded the plugs for Gunner to stick in. So,
Hey, Bobby,
Yeah.
you gotta forgive him. He's 15. That's the first thing
Oh,
to go.
yep. Never mind.
it's the second.
Hey, let's let the rocker chick take us out with it. Do it.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
No,
No,
Do
come
it.
on, smarty pants.
no, I don't know
Do
what
it.
to say.
From
From
of
our
Chiefs
little
Kingdom.
slice in heaven.
From
In
our
heaven?
little slice in heaven.
No, no, no,
These are the days of our lives.
no. You guys got it all messed up. From our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I just have one question for you. How about those Chiefs? Later.
Later. That was pretty damn funny.
I can't believe I fucked that up.
Because even Bobby's like, what the hell?
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. If you like this podcast, maybe you'd be interested in some of the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. That would include the Murdnerds, where it's all about true crime, the Call Guys, where they discuss pop culture and their top 10 lists, Golden Image Podcast, where they go do things so that you'll want to go do things, A Court of Books and Booze. That's right. It is your newest and most favorite book club. And the United States of Paranormal, where they cover everything that's cryptid, creepy, and spooky. You can find all of these podcasts on your favorite streaming site and on Facebook for all of your social media needs. Until next time.